generative fill inside of Photoshop. So let's start by doing what we call the in painting. If you're not familiar with the technique called in painting, this will enable you to like modify specific pixels inside of the existing canvas. So you're just like editing things that's already been existing on the photo itself. So how can we do that? You can use generative fill by just using any of the selection tools that will give you. For example, let's type in lasso tool. You can definitely do so, but in my case, I can use what we call where is that? Um, what we call the new one, which is the object selection tool. If I press on that, using Adobe Sensei, it will analyze your photo and automatically like detect the subjects itself inside of what you're trying to do. For example, if I click on the dog itself, let's click on that. Using our contextual bar, let's click on the option and click on expand selection. So we want to make this like much more uh, it has like breathing room. Let's click on okay. So this would expand it a little bit. And if you click on generative fill, again, we're doing in painting. Let's change this into a black cat looking down or looking up. That's much better. Let's click on generate. And as you would see, this will take a little bit of time. It's pulling a lot of information. As you would see on my activity here, it's like requesting data from the servers, and with that, I can easily like create something like this. And the great thing about this is that it gives you variations of the generative images. For example, let's click on the next button, and then let's click on the next button, which is I think this third cat would be a better candidate for this. And after that, you would see that if you go to your properties panel, this will give you like a lot of variations. And if if this one doesn't satisfy you, you can just easily like create generate again. So all of your like generations, all of your variations will be saved on what we call a new layer inside of Photoshop, which is what we call the generative layer. That's a new layer inside of Photoshop. We've been so used to what we call text layers, like smart objects, but this one is a new one, which is generative layer. Let's click on the next variation. Next variation. I think I'm good with this, but let's go back here. The only caveat to this is that it gives your Photoshop file a bigger footprint because it saves it into a generative layer on that you can go back like a week from now, a year from now, as long as you have saved the Photoshop file. Okay. So I'm just going to go back here because I love this cat better. And this is how you use Photoshop in painting scenarios, as you would see here. In painting, again, if you have like existing pixels that you are trying to remove. For example, if you also want to remove like specific things, let's say, you can definitely do so. If you want to remove the cat, you can definitely do so. If you want to add more objects, you can definitely do so. Um, if I want, I could just select something right here, and let's say if I want, I can add something like here. Let's say let's add a bottle of water, for example. Let's click on that bottle water. I'm just going to select. I'm just going to be responsible and create like a better selection because if you don't have a good selection, even the AI would be confused. Let's do that. Bottled water. Type on this bottled water. Let's click on generate, and as you would see, this will give you the following generation. Right now, we're inserting generative fill or generative images that is not present. You can modify already existing elements, and as you would see, I could just like pick on specific like ones like this one or this one. I can pick like this one, and easily I could create something like that. Okay. Or if you want, you can easily like modify her clothes. For example, let's just select her clothes right here. Let's try to generate like a white t-shirt, white t-shirt, and click on generate. So automatically, this will replace her clothes with the specified prompts that we have generated, that we have typed in. Okay, as you would see, this one is generated, and let's go back here. You can have like lots and lots of variations. Let's type in like white dress, for example. Um, let's do white shirt, not t-shirt itself. Let's click on generate again. Okay, you can easily like edit something. If you want, you can easily add like other components on the scene, which is really the power of generative AI, generative layers inside of Photoshop. You can easily also change the background if you want to change the background. And I think my Photoshop is a bit like unresponsive lately because I put um let's just cancel this for a while. And I'm just going to give focus on another like feature that's really mind blowing, which is the outpainting features inside of this generative fill. If you want, you can just zoom out of this and just let's press on the C key, which is the crop. You can easily extend your canvas by using this. Before, you can easily use this and use what we call the uh, content aware cropping. Let's say if I click on that, but right now it's not available right now because it's already, yeah, okay. So right now I can easily like create selections based from this. If I select here, I'm just going to like nudge a little bit because I want to get more. If you want, you could use the marquee selection tool and make a little bit of selections here, so the AI would know that this one is being covered. I'm going to hold the shift key and add another selection here, for example this one. And then I could just click on generative fill, and without typing anything, I can just click on generate and let generative fill take responsibility of this. Okay, let's just wait for a while, and you would see this has already created something like this. This doesn't suit my taste. Let's click on the next variation. Let's click on that, and as you would see, this is like game changing for me because you would see that it has fixed a lot of problems that I've encountered. Let's click on this again.